Clip, clip, clip went the hooves upon the stone floor, swaying slightly, unsure. Clip, clip, clip. Midas heard them, uncertain. Was it a goat? But why the footsteps of a man? He climbed down from the high tower where he would sit day on day in judgment on his people. Down and down he climbed. He went out into the road, and who do you think he saw come clip, 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 clopping towards him? But old Silas himself, lost and boozy. Well, Midas, he'd welcomed Silas into his home. He opened up his great wine cellar and shared only the best with this beloved of Dionysus. For a fortnight they stayed and drunk together and laughed together, and Silas, who had been woozy and boozy and lost, grew happy and strong again. And then carefully Silas showed him the way back up to the forests of his home. Dionysus, hearing of this, shone upon Midas, and gave him whatever he would choose. And Midas sat up in his high tower, and thought of the two things he wanted most in the world: a just and peaceful kingdom, and gold. But, as he said to himself, justice I can bring, but gold, unlooked for, only the gods can bring, so let everything I touch turn into gold. Perhaps he had meant it only as a figure of speech, but as he wished that, the table on which his hands were held turned into gold, and down amongst the palace he went, down then to his kitchens. He held apples, and they were gold. He held a joint of meat, it was gold. He reached out and touched a fire, and for a moment the flames burnt bright, and then burnt gold, and he laughed. He got his little servant boy to feed him, threatening him that if ever he misbehaved, he would be turned to gold. And the news spread throughout the cities of Crete that the king had a new power, that the king could turn his citizens to stone or metal. And all war stopped, and all outlaws came and swore fealty to the king. And the king chuckled, for it seemed to him his realm was both just and wealthy, and his gold increased and increased and increased. But as he grew older and the days passed, the king realized something else. Nobody could touch him. Not his wife, not his daughter, not his servant. He was alone as he had never been. He could not reach out and grasp the world, for everything he grasped turned to gold. And the king started to feel lonely. He started to lock people out of his tower. Until one day he forgot even to lock the door, so great was his sulk, when his daughter, who had been away for some days, came by, going up to the tower. Seeing her father sad, she reached out to hug him, and was caught a great block of gold. And then the king wept, and touched and touched and touched himself, and touched himself, trying to turn himself into gold. And Dionysus, hearing from heaven, laughed, and in the laughter of Dionysus, all that was gold was made flesh again. And Midas, a wiser man, decided there must be other paths to justice.